right, here we are back again.
Yes, yes.
Power and speed.
Crunch finally made it. What's up, buddy?
How are you? How are you?
You actually got another demerit. I think we're going to give you half a demerit.
Man.
We've been keeping track of demerits.
On his permanent record.
On his permanent record.
No doubt about it.
I'm the only one that has to travel an hour or two and go home.
Yeah,
an hour.
That's not true.
You do have a shitty ride. Coming up 78 from where you are, that could really suck. That could be really
I came
bad.
straight from New York just now.
Really? So you straight here?
Straight from right through the tunnel to my job, got in the car, right here.
Man, sorry, buddy.
See, I'm 45 minutes, but the helicopter
45?
that lands me in the backyard, yeah. Never have
big
any
dog.
traffic.
Hollywood Tom, what's up?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
I know I'm gonna get into your story in a little bit, but who are we, Tom? I'll let you go through all this.
Power and speed. You got to call us at 908-751-0211 and Tad.
Like us on Facebook
That's it.
You should add iTunes to your repertoire.
and iTunes.
There you go.
And you should say repertoire if you can.
Repertoire?
God. So let's start. Tom, we are dying to hear about your dyno testing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Was it?
No, not at all.
What happened?
Exactly.
Talking about the CJ stuff?
We got the motor on and couldn't fire it. Would not fire. Electronic problem. We had 2 electronics packages and wiring and testing and called NASA.
Now you didn't call me.
No, we didn't call you.
Now I want to point out that this is twice now
Why would I call you?
because I'm good at troubleshooting.
Well, yeah, I know you are, but
if you were stuck in the woods of South Jersey where the transit didn't shift, you might want to call me.
fuck yeah, I would. But if I called you, you'd say, "What do you want, faggot?"
That's nice, really nice. Bothering our people.
That is what you would say, though.
That was exactly what I'd say.
I know.
So the whole problem was no fire, no spark?
No, yeah, couldn't fire it.
Well, was it no spark or was it no injection?
No, the problem was, from what I understand, there's a filter buried deep in the system that we use, and nobody's getting called out on anything. It's one of those fuel injection things. It is a startup RPM filter, and if the filter's set too high, it won't trigger the coil pack.
So in other words, it's a threshold that it has to reach during cranking to fire.
It's a range that it has to be in.
Really?
We were over the range.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Is that a precautionary measure for?
I don't know. It sounds stupid to me. I mean, if you're spending something at 200 or 400, well, why should anything care? I mean, it's not like a starter spins it at 9,800, right? I don't know. Obviously, smarter people than me designed this shit, so it's got to be for a reason. But it doesn't make any sense to me.
The only reason I can think that is instead of using like a starter sense wire, it knows if it's in that RPM, it must be cranking. And if it's over that RPM, it's running. So there's no startup enrichment. There's no startup maybe timing retard
or no lean condition coming out the gate.
Yeah, but you would think you would just cap that somewhere. Somewhere between idle and something.
You would think, but I mean,
but again, it's there for a reason.
But then you said they had 9 injectors instead.
Well, yeah,
of 12?
that was after. Well, the box went out for an update, and it got an additional 6 injector drivers, and something went wrong. Once they got it running, it was only running on 9. So, I mean, it only runs on 6, and then the additional 6 are for big power pulls.
Right.
But you still got to prove they work.
Yeah.
And 3 of them weren't.
Nice.
So they worked that out. That was a driver issue. I got the call today that it's ready to go. They ran it. They made some loaded pulls. Nothing big. It doesn't smoke. It sounds very, very tight. They shut it off, let it cool, and leaked it, and it leaked very good. So I bought a plane ticket, and I'm going back down on Monday.
So next Monday you're going down?
Yeah.
So you achieve again yet another demerit. I swear to God, if you come back here again with no dyno stories, no pictures, no nothing for Facebook,
Gets full demerit.
Does he have more demerits than I do?
no, you're up there.
Oh, I'm up there.
I don't have any.
Well, you're gonna get 5.
Yeah, you got to get 5 for missing a whole day, and the dyno didn't work.
Wait a minute. You missed 2 days in a row, and you got a half.
And then you were late.
And you're late, and you got a half.
I was in the emergency room. You can't count those.
You can't count the one.
I just bought my asthma machine with me.
That was for effect.
No,
It's a smoke
need
machine.
I know.
It was rough this morning. It was like 27 degrees.
Yeah. Is that stuff harder when it's cold?
Oh man, when I walked outside from my house to the car, and you know that car takes a little while to warm up. I was messed up already.
Well, let's get into your new ride. Now, hold on. Let me ask you this. Did you order a dually?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet, but you're going to get a new one.
Right, brand new, 2016.
Have you decided on a gas or a diesel?
I'm going gas.
Oh my God.
What
I'm
color?
going
We just
black
can't help this
with
guy.
black interior.
Black.
Black with black interior.
Seems awful racist to me.
I'm the only black guy in here. You
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say it's
I forgot about that. Shit.
I like the white one though, but it's just hard to keep it clean, especially when the snow.
Black's worse to keep clean. At least I thought
Well,
so.
I'm just saying.
White shows all dirt,
Yeah,
dude.
the white
I-
shows the dirt.
And
so-
I've had black vehicles, and they suck equally. I think I'd
Yeah.
rather have a
But-
dirty black than a dirty white.
My SVX was like that.
yeah.
But you are driving around in a Mustang. Dare I say traitor?
Yeah.
Well, I've always this is like my 14th one.
Really?
Yeah, but it's just my son found it on Craigslist, so I checked it out. I went there and the interior was immaculate.
What year is that thing?
87,
Can't believe
5.0.
can't believe with the miles on it, it's got a great interior.
222,000 miles.
Is that 5-speed?
Yeah, stick.
Yeah. It's old Tremec, I guess.
Brand new tires. I mean, I bought it and then tagged it up on Saturday, and I put 800 and something miles on it already.
Where did you go? Anywhere good?
I was riding everywhere.
Well, you said that there was some racing information you want to talk about.
Oh yeah. The last day for Englishtown was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy named Maurice. He has a AMX, all fiberglass AMX
Maurice.
with a big tire. Yeah.
Not the Maurice I know, right?
Yeah.
That wacko's still around?
Well, he doesn't have the Vega anymore. He has a AMX with a small block.
Yeah.
Killer small block. And I know the small block makes a lot of power because I know who built it. And he has Dasoma racing engines on the back of his car. So the young guy that I'm always promoting from the firm, Tommy Jackson's nephew, he's up and coming. He's the one that keeps it alive, in the Northeast. This guy is a shit talker, and he backs it up, but he can take a loss and he can bet some money. And he told him he'll run him head up. That's a back half tube chassis car. He has a stock suspension Mustang, small block Ford on motor. He said he'll run him head up. So it was interesting.
Did the race happen?
The race happened.
Who won?
For good money. The first time we went out there, Maurice, he never did a pro tree. So as soon as they got staged, he took off.
Now, is Maurice actually driving?
Yeah, he was driving. Maurice is
Maurice?
almost 70.
Yeah.
He's almost 70.
Yeah.
And he's looking good. He still does push-ups, challenges the young guys that they won't mess
He wasn't
with.
looking good when I used to see him. He was looking like he'd break in half.
How many push-ups could he do?
I think he was doing 100 back then.
Without stopping?
Yeah, straight. And he was probably like 60 something then,
But he weighed like 40 pounds, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it.
He was a pretty thin little guy.
He's the kind of guy to get hurt.
He's normal. He's regular size to me. It looks like he's normal size to me. But
You could hurt him with a 17 HMR.
Yes. We will discuss some firearm shenanigans later.
Hell yeah, we will.
Oh Lord, we're gonna need an NRA contract next. But he took off, did a red light, so he had to pay the $300 out of pocket for red lighting. And then if you don't go back and race, you lose another $300. So he went back. He didn't lose that because he went back to race. They did the race. Maurice red lit again, but this time, little Mark went after him and went around him
Really?
and got paid the whole pot.
With a stock suspension.
Mustang. Well, I mean, it's a killer.
Yeah, but I mean, stock suspension car.
Suspension car. It was an insult race, basically.
Yeah.
How much was a pot?
I don't know if I'm able to say it for those guys.
Was it more than $20?
No.
Okay.
It's close to $10.
Got it.
Can't you give like a general figure so people are?
Well, Tom, he's slick. See,
He just did.
he just did something.
Yeah, but $10, I don't think.
We'll catch
what are you
him
going to get? A
We'll
fucking
catch him up
Happy
after
Meal?
the show.
Yeah, we'll catch you up after the show.
No, $10.99.
Am I missing something?
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll catch you up after the show.
Okay.
So anyway,
yeah, that was good action because Englishtown is done now for the season. So,
Tad,
Yeah.
This is really bad.
Oh,
Alan texted me and says he understood it, so I must be a real moron. Well, congratulations, Alan. There's one thing that you understand that I don't on this whole planet.
Oh, this is monumental right here.
Yeah, it is.
Holy smokes.
Speaking of demerits, he's got to get one, right?
What do you understand? The happy meal?
I don't know.
Can you hit the boy, are you stupid for yourself real quick?
In fairness, I wasn't 100% listening. No offense, but there were a couple light up things that got my attention.
I know.
So it was that's listen.
That's good action. So
I don't necessarily dislike Maurice. I don't, and I wasn't meaning to hate on him. I mean, he is one of the guys that I remember. You know, he was Mike Lewis used to help him.
Right. He used to come to your shop with that. I think his Monza was black back then with a white stripe.
Monza or Vega or something.
Yeah.
That thing was a piece of junk, man.
Yeah. He used to do some racing with that before.
But so light could be fast easily. But I can't remember what he brought it there. It had two weird carburetors on it or some shit. Like, I don't know. It was strange. The whole thing was strange.
Right.
So we worked on that a little bit.
What kind of weird carburetors?
I don't know. Like it had something
like WCFBs or something.
No, not that
Not
weird.
that weird.
It was just like weird Holly sizes. Like I want to say it was something like it was very strange. It was
like what was weird?
I don't want to say they were 390s, but it was something strange.
Oh, well, 2 390s. That was a big deal. Guys put them on Teleram and
yeah. But I mean, if you're trying to go fast, you don't need 390s.
No, you put 2 750s on them.
Yeah, I don't know what we ended up doing. God, it was so long ago, but I just remember him. I remember him. How can I say this nicely?
You probably can't.
Fuck it. Not being a very competent driver. I remember going to the track and he was involved in a few races that he just plain fucked up.
Right.
But I mean, look, but now the guy's 70. You got to give him credit for being out there doing it.
Yeah.
So
he's
Maurice,
he's close to 70, I think.
Yeah, Maurice, if you're listening, I hope you're doing okay.
He's sleeping.
If he's 70, he might be.
Nah, Maurice is he's a regular, energetic dude.
I might give him his push-up challenge. I could do 100
without stopping.
Yeah,
today.
Maybe not today. I might need to do a little bit of
100 straight is a lot, bro.
I do 3 sets of 25 before I go to sleep, and I do 3 sets of 25 when I get up.
Yeah, I could do 3 sets of 25.
Yeah, but you know how long I stop? I stop long enough to reposition my hands to do different types.
Okay, well you're a stud.
I guess.
That's another demerit.
Man.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, well, the action was good. It was a tune-up race for Little Mark. His name online is Young Stang. So he's going to Florida to race the killer car, Rhodey, that beat him before when his trans went. So they're going to race in Florida, December 12th. I think
Where
that's
at?
Saturday. Orlando.
Speed World?
Yeah. It's called Baldy's Race. Baldy's another guy that does grudge racing. So.
Hey, Tad.
Yo.
These guys all have names for their cars, like Young Stang or themselves, Young Stang, and blah 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 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What's your name?
No sleep at all.
Oh, all right. He had me.
That's for the car?
And what's the car's name?
Dead.
Yeah, and there's a little more Subaru news.
Yeah.
I will relinquish my opinion that Tad's noise might be a valve tensioner or timing chain tensioner. It's strange, and we're gonna have to dig into it a little bit. But it runs, it's alive, it moves.
I wish we had a Subaru guy listening that would call in. Somebody that actually knew something.
Listen, like standing in front of the car, left side cylinder head, that's where the noise seems to be more concentrated. Yeah. I would tell you that it's valve train frequency, but with the lovely sound that Subarus make, it's kind of hard to tell.
Boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom.
It's a weird speed. It's not a connecting rod. It's not a main bearing. I believe it's something in the valve train or something, maybe like it lifted a ringland. And that could be due to the fact that it has a 3/8 24 bolt jammed in the wastegate.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the fact we were talking about forged pistons doesn't make them impervious to lifting a ringland.
They're cast iron. They'll take anything.
No, they won't.
But Tad, it has good fuel pressure, right? What was the fuel pressure?
Millions.
What was you using the oil pressure gauge for fuel? What's the oil pressure?
Yeah.
All the above.
Same?
Yeah. So
they're equal.
You got a boost gauge?
All equal.
That he has. He has a boost gauge. I saw it because when you turn it on, it's digital and it goes through all kinds of dumb shit.
Why is the bolt in the wastegate?
Because Tad felt he doesn't need to limit his boost. He can just let it go to wherever it would like to go.
Because it just keeps anything from coming out, but it doesn't matter because it used to have vice grips clamping it shut, so it couldn't open the wastegate at all.
It's still not right, you moron.
It worked.
Totalfailure.com.
Yes.
Wait a minute. We need a visual. You gonna put a picture of that on Facebook?
Yeah, I think I actually have those pictures that I was because I think I was sending them to Tom. I've got them.
Pictures of the car, pictures of mold on the headlight.
Well, it sits for years under a tree. What do you want?
So we will catch up with Tad Subaru. Over one of these days. I guess we'll get the front off the motor and see what it is. But I think it's something a little deeper than that.
Yeah.
And I will go on record and state that car is not ever in a million years going to sit here for 2 years when you decide, no, I'm going to work on it next week. No.
But it's funny, though, because Mike takes it upon himself to go work on the thing now. You're not even here. Mike's
Say
out there
what?
tinkering with it.
Say
Weren't
what?
you? Shh. Oh, sorry.
Oh, God.
All right. So my weekend started out with Tad.
Yep.
Buying his fuel pump, putting it in.
You finally got it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Friday.
Yep. Put the fuel pump in. His car runs. And when he came here, he called me and said, I'm not going over there if you're shooting. And I was like, because my neighbor was shooting. So he thought it was me. So
Why? Did you think he was going to kill you?
No, just don't want to walk from up towards where I thought the firing was coming from.
What? You're not talking about shooting nitrous. You're talking about a rifle or
yeah, firearms.
Fire-
Pop,
Yep.
pop, pop, pop.
Because in hillbilly land here, we can do that when we like to.
We were all shooting this weekend.
Yes.
If we got gun guys, you can call in too.
Yeah.
We got cool gun stories.
I'm pretty sure that most car guys are into firearms for whatever reason.
I
Maybe
know.
it's mechanics. I don't know what it is.
Coolness.
Maybe. I mean, people just, it seems like car guys, look, Crunch, you're not.
I've never seen a gun before.
Yeah, okay. As you've got a picture, I think, on your Facebook of you holding an AR or something. So, yeah, I believe.
Told on.
I know.
Told on.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so, yes, he's going, amen, being into firearms. Yeah, see, that's our guys. But, we know our people.
Yes, we do.
So anyway, I had one of those little stupid binary targets. Well,
Yep.
I didn't think it was little or stupid. It was
Explain
1 pound.
what that is to the people out there that don't know binary.
Binary target. It's a 2-part mixture. Binary. That's what that means.
Uh-huh.
You mix them together. They're very safe. And we had these little targets. They were small. You put them in like little tiny baggies. Like you mix this stuff up and you put it in little baggies, and they were, it couldn't. I'm no good at the little baggie thing.
Right.
I don't know what that is, but it's, if you pictured a baggie that's maybe 1 inch by maybe 1 inch, like little square thing, and you load it up with powder, and it's got a little piece of double-sided tape, and you stick it on a target. When you shoot the thing, it explodes fairly violently. So now,
So you hit it, right?
yeah, they're called reactive targets.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is to make the explosion.
Yeah. So
It's fun.
knowing that those little baggies exploded like this, my brain is thinking 1 pound container.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So I figured I'll bring this over to my neighbor's house and let him shoot it. So we brought it over there, and
Yeah, we got video of it.
no, not that one. That's the 1 pound.
What do you do? Knock down a
Tannerite.
tree with it?
Well, that's listen, again, 1 pound compared to maybe an ounce or less.
Yeah, less.
The stuff that I'm saying is like less than an ounce. That shit, that explodes, and it's loud, and it's brilliant. It's got a flash. It will cause fires. They tell you make sure the area is not dry, so it's not exactly like the typical tannerite and stuff you read about. So we brought this 1 pound container over there, and I said, this is going to be good. Shook it up, put it on the ground, and said, go ahead. Guy shoots it, goes boom. And I'm like, that was out of a 1 pound, and that started the whole weekend in motion.
Yep.
Because I know the shit that I had, if I had a pound of that shit, we'd be picking, something would be launched into orbit.
Now something just went across my mind.
Mhm.
At 100 yards, what do you think will happen to a nitrous bottle if you shoot it?
Nothing. They just kind
Yeah,
of,
they fizz around.
they kind of fizz
They'll
around.
fly around.
Because nitrous, keep in mind, nitrous isn't flammable.
It's inert.
Yeah, nitrous only works heated combustion, breaks the nitrogen away from the oxygen, and you have free oxygen. That's why it works.
Have you ever seen a nitrous bottle that tore up a trailer on the inside?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right? Or
a Mustang.
car, or
And
a
this-
Mustang
and
with
this-
the hatch blown off.
I was at MIR when it happened 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I got pictures on my phone of the trailer.
Oh man.
Crazy. It blew the side of the trailer out.
The funny thing about that is nitrous is considered a low pressure gas.
Uh-huh.
It's not. It might not be classified as a low pressure gas, but it is a low pressure gas because if you look at like nitrogen, that's
Yeah.
you're talking. I think what's its sitting pressure? I should know from the shop.
3,000?
No, it's like,
7,000?
no, I thought it's like
4
25.
million?
I thought it's like 2,500.
I was just saying stuff to make noise.
I think it's 2,500. I think it's 2,500.
You
just
had me
sitting there.
going. I thought you knew. I'm sitting there saying,
Not even close.
damn.
Yeah, the top comes off one of those big cylinders. They're a mess.
They'll kill you.
Yeah, and that's why like the fire inspector used to come in and used to bust our balls about having them chained and everything else. It's important. You got to those things that gets dangerous. But anyway, so we put this 1 pound thing down. It blew up. So I was like, there is no way that is the same shit that I had before. There's no, because if I had a pound of that shit, it would be really, really bad. So started searching on Cabela's, found something that looks like what it was. They're more sensitive, and it specifically tells you that it is flammable, keep it away from flame, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's the shit I need. So we got in a car and we drove up there. So we bought it. And we actually kind of uneventful driving up there.
A pound of it.
Yeah.
No, we bought 4 containers of it. There's no way you couldn't get a pound of that stuff. Yeah, they're not sold in pound containers. They're sold in little packages that you mix 2 chemicals together, and then you get these little baggies and you put them together. So we drove up there, and then I got to tell you, it was just the whole way back was a circus. And I know Alan doesn't want to hear about this because he already said, "Oh, that's a fantastic thing." Talk about what happened to you. Shut up, Alan. Your wife would let you out of the house to come shoot guns. Maybe you'd enjoy yourself once in a while. It would be so miserable.
Oh, low blow.
So we go past. We're supposed to get back on 78. I miss it because I'm blind as a bat. My contacts are all fucked up. Usually by the end of the day, they're shot. I missed the exit. Ted and I both missed the exit. He's just fucked up.
Well,
I can't
I
say.
saw it. You didn't want to listen, but you were probably thinking about the Amish woman you were eyeing up back.
Yeah, it was all kind. There's
Cabela's.
Amish women in Cabela's.
Tad was thinking about chicken or something.
Yeah, well,
yeah, it was.
Roy Rogers.
we were
Chick-fil-A.
we were planning on going to Chick-fil-A, and that's where the problem started. So we missed the turn. We turned around. We came back. Now I'm not from that area.
It's a long missed turn. Let me
Yeah, it
tell
was
you.
fairly long. Turn around, start coming back. Well, there's a decreasing radius to the corner that no signs could have prepared you for.
What were you driving?
The
Is
Corvette.
Oh, you in the vet.
Yeah.
So we're going down the ramp, and look, you know the rule. If the sign says 25, that means 50.
Yeah.
Okay, because 25 is for if you're for 80 years old or driving a 19, you know.
And then you have to accelerate because you know you got to merge with traffic.
Yeah.
So
So you doubled it.
So listen, well, not intentionally, just driving down the road. So we go driving down the road, down the off ramp, and then I look, and we're a little elevated over like the whole Cabela's complex, and there's tons of lights, tons of everything, and I'm thinking that, man, I'm starving, and Chick-fil-A is like an hour or better away, and I'm like, Tad, there's got to be a Chick-fil-A over there. So we're looking over there, and then I look up, this fucking off ramp turns 90 degrees immediately.
and then immediately dumps you on 78 there.
Immediately dumps you on 78 after the 90-degree turn, and you're immediately facing the end of a bridge where your lane ends.
Well, let's say immediately again.
Immediately.
It was, I can't stress how quickly that all happened.
Sounded immediate to me.
So you made it. You
We-
didn't
oh, yeah,
scratch
we-
anything up.
No, we made it.
no tires squealing, anything. That thing was pretty stuck to the road.
Yeah, it surprised me. Honestly, it was harder than I ever thought it would stick. Going, like, I would never try to drive it through something that hard without expecting it to lose grip.
And for us to be across the other lane, but
So they merge on 78.
No problem.
They're crying a little bit, but they hug it out. And then what?
Well, further down 78 as we're approaching Chick-fil-A, we're driving behind some kind of landscape trailer. And, we're a good distance back. It's not like we're right up on a guy or whatever.
Right.
And Tad and I probably both at exactly the same time see something black go up in the air
huge bag full of who knows what.
and like lands dead in front of me.
We both go we both do the oh fuck.
Super hard on the brakes. Could only turn so far because there's other traffic
Right.
around me. I look over, poor Tad's like strangled by the seatbelt.
Tad's
'Cause-
crying again.
Yeah.
Twice in 10 minutes.
I dropped my freaking blue card on the floor.
This Corvette ride has turned into a
disaster.
nightmare.
It was a disaster. I mean, we didn't hit anything, and I feel I missed the bag. Tad says I didn't, but there's, I'd say we missed it. I'd say we missed
Why don't we have video of this? You got that camera on all the time, and when something cool...
Because I tried taking a video of something just to hear, why are you doing that? Jesus Christ. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, whatever.
Don't
Mike
invoke...
that big
You
light
just
up down the
invoked the
mountain.
name of
or whatever.
Wait a minute.
JC.
Is that the Mike Swoopy rendition? Do it one more time.
I couldn't even freaking.
Yeah, please don't, Tad. God. So yeah, we didn't wreck anything, but it was so I was glad to get back home. It was
in one piece.
so. Here's where it gets good. We come back with the firearm targets, and I'm like, the next morning. So I text the guy next door, said, "Hey, buddy, I bought you some of the targets I was talking about," and he's like, "Cool, shoot tomorrow." I was like, "Sure, let me know when you're out there." So, of course, I got down the building. I'm like, "Whoa, I got to mix this up." And I mixed the stuff up, and I made the little containers of it, and brought one over to the guy's place. He's like, "That little thing, Mikey?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So you shoot the thing, and it's a pretty sizable explosion. So then the guy had the bright idea. He's like, "Let's put two together and put them on the target thing." Blew a 4x4 apart. I mean, pieces just fall everywhere. Broke the frame. I mean, that stuff is serious.
What kind of car does that guy have?
He has a Fiat, an older Fiat, like one of the cool older ones.
Yeah. One of the little ones.
Cool as they get.
Yeah.
I believe he has a Mini Cooper, one of the cool older ones. He has a lot of old bikes. He has scooters, old Italian scooters.
Like
Vespa.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
But he is a car guy because he wanted to buy Brian's old Trans Am, and Brian wouldn't sell it to him.
Why?
I don't know why.
Because I don't know, because Brian's a weirdo. He'd rather have it sit there and rot. Yeah.
He didn't want somebody with Vespas.
By the way, that thing's greener
He's a weirdo.
than my
Brian's a weirdo.
Subaru.
Yeah, well, it sat there for many years.
By the way, back on the target stuff. So we did find some videos online. I found one that guy put 40 pounds of it into a Volkswagen Jetta and shot it through the door, and it literally blew the car up. One of the seats, how high do you think that seat was?
400 or 500 feet.
It had to be 300, 400, 500 feet. This stuff, and you could just buy this stuff.
That's what I can't understand.
With all the things going on in the world, with all this,
Exactly.
why are we basically
Because we're
teaching
We're not teaching anybody.
No,
this somebody how to blow some shit up?
no, they don't even know what we're talking about.
No, but I mean, seriously, anybody this is part of the
Oh,
reason I brought
man.
this up.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm not the guy that says, we should make everything illegal and things aren't safe. But right now in our climate, with people building vests and all kinds of shit, you know who you are. People that are doing shit like that.
he was looking at me when he said that.
We don't need to make this any
Because
easier.
you're rubbing yourself.
I mean, and it's this stuff is actually purchasable. And I mean, like,
Is that a word?
I think it is.
Might be.
Purchasable?
You're gonna have the CIA on this property. You got drones,
Okay.
Well, that's because
Powder,
Donald Trump's
little-
going to be here.
pieces of powder in little bags, blowing up Jettas.
Yeah,
But then I sent Tom the one where they shot 140 pounds
140 pounds. Yeah,
in a lake of tannerite. And that was pretty amazing.
and they had the drone overhead.
Yeah. And the drone gets all blown.
Yeah, and then stuff is falling. It went higher than the drone, which was pretty high,
Yeah.
and then the stuff falling back to earth. Beyond the drone. Crazy.
And this is all hobby powder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hobby
Stuff you can buy.
stuff you can. Yeah,
I can't understand.
Well, you need a permit for actual dynamite, right?
Yeah, for any kind of real explosives, you would.
Yeah.
So I was talking about it with Alan, and we were trying to figure out, because I kind of wanted to know what was in the shit, because I'd like to make my own instead of buying it. But it's not that you can find the stuff, but I don't want to end up on any federal watch list.
Alan's home dissecting it now.
Yeah.
No, he says no. Alan said he knows how to do it, but he's not going to tell me.
My buddy Alan was in New York with his wife. They ate lunch over there. I couldn't make it. I was working hard.
When?
This past week.
He went to lunch with his wife in New York?
Yeah, they invited me to lunch. And I couldn't make it.
It's amazing
My
they never
buddy.
asked me to do anything, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm
I don't know
special.
why.
I'm special.
Yeah.
I'm special.
So he said he knows how to do it, but he won't tell you.
No, won't tell me.
All right.
So if any of our car guys,
Google
or
will tell you.
our gun guys, I know Scott is.
He doesn't know how to do it.
What? No, I'm just saying.
Fudd. I know he's listening. Don't make me say the F word.
No, don't say the F word. I know this is a show about cars, but the gun thing, I don't know why. It seems to run hand in hand. I mean,
I know. I went shooting this weekend.
Yeah, you went too.
Yeah.
You've got a little target here. We'll take a picture since you're so proud
I
of that.
have no reason
I am proud of
to
that target.
connect guns with cars. I've never seen a gun before.
No, but I mean seriously, don't you agree that
Twice.
that's a mechanical thing? That
It's actually everything. I mean, we like everything. I mean, mechanical things, electric,
Yeah.
fuel.
Yep.
I
But
like White
I
Castle.
don't associate the guns
White
with
Ca-
the cars, though.
I don't know why it's got to be mechanical. It's got to be because there's been
Unless
so
we're in
many.
California, where they ride around with the gun on the seat.
Well, it's a little different situation.
California.
We talked about that movie earlier.
What movie?
Straight out of Compton.
Oh,
Isn't that what it would be? Whatever.
That's a good movie.
But what I'm saying is that, you know, it seems like all the mechanical things that most of the car guys all seem to have in common all seem to run down the same thing. They're extreme, they're fast, they're noisy, they're dangerous. You know, there's always something
Yep.
with these things.
You blow shit up with them.
Yeah, I mean it's always
Do you remember the Christmas story where the boy he kept saying, "Stop playing with the gun, you're gonna shoot your eye
yeah,
out."
Santa told me you're gonna shoot your eye out.
Yeah,
The,
that was
yeah, I
cool.
remember that was a
Everybody
Christmas
told
story.
him that, but
I don't even know why I brought that up.
So Tad,
yes.
what do you have for the show?
I
You had brought up
drove.
a
I got something for the show.
Mhm.
I have now given up on Android. I have sold my last Android device to Tom. I've gone to the dark side. I'm all Apple.
I don't think that iPhones and Androids are typically the hot topic of car guys.
No.
I was hoping for something mechanical.
Yeah.
Something you had mentioned a new motor from Ford.
Oh, thanks for reminding me because I totally forgot what the hell it was.
That's why I'm here, buddy.
Yeah. Like I said, I totally forgot what it is.
Oh, like now?
Yeah.
Like still?
Wow.
You were-
After being
Did you get erased again?
It's Ford. Who cares?
No, it was a Ford motor that was going to be in a new
The
in new
GT350,
GT.
yeah.
There you go.
But I forget what the block. They're selling the block now. They're going to be selling the heads.
Oh, the 5.2?
Yeah.
With the flat plane crank?
Yep, that's it.
Tom-
I don't know anything about it.
Well, he knew more. You can get either cranks, and I was like, okay, well, what's the horsepower difference with them? Is it just for track use? And then in Mike just
Have any of
fizzled out
you
at that
seen the
point.
2016?
Oh, that's what it's
Mustang?
going to be going in.
Oh,
Well, is it going in the 2016 or is it going in the
that thing looks
GT?
good.
Oh, the
Beautiful,
GT350.
isn't it? The Mustang really is a good looking car.
Man, it looks so good.
You know what else is good looking? The new Camaro.
The new
What?
car?
No, it's horrible.
Oh,
The-
man.
I spent a half a day hacking on them. They're horrible.
I know that. And here's what we're going to talk about too. I watched a presentation of the Motor Trend Awards. Of all things, and here we go again. Stalker, go ahead. Get out of your fucking system, you jackasses. Adam Carolla,
Stalker.
yep, was he was doing it, and I was like, oh wow,
Motor Trend?
yeah, Motor Trend Awards. I don't know whether it was the first one they really had or what it was, but he hosted it. So they have all the different categories that they give awards to. The Camaro actually won that category. The new Camaro.
All right, let me tell you how that works.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
You pick up Motor Trend once a month or so.
Yeah.
See how many inside back covers or inside front covers GM has in the magazine. And that will denote who wins car of the year, truck of the year, fucking
Are you
bike
trying to
of the
say
year, scooter of the year.
advertising
paying-
sways decisions?
Please. That's just my opinion. And I'm not that bright.
Agreed. But
You got to get a clip of
What,
that.
on the opinion of the bright?
either.
Yeah. Come on, man. That Camaro's hideous.
I honestly, but I will tell you this. and
Don't say it's good looking.
people were
Don't
saying,
do it.
I'm not going to say it's good looking.
All right.
But the one thing that it is this year, apparently 230 pounds or so lighter
Yep.
than it's ever been. And that was one of the reasons that they got the award.
It's because parts run away from it. It's so fucking ugly. Sorry. I said the F word. Damn it.
I know you said it was particularly bad. I honestly, I have this GM magazine that I get.
I'm going to do some research on the performance aspect for 2016. Maybe
They run
maybe
good.
They're
They run
running
good. They
well.
redid the interior. The interior is nice. Doesn't look like a moon buggy anymore.
Well, they said it was completely updated.
Yeah.
That it's not a platform change, but it is completely
Yes.
updated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they said a lot of good things about it, whether it was advertisement or not.
Oh, listen, dude. They drive good. They make power. They do a lot of things good. They are just hideously ugly.
But compared to the Corvette sitting side by side, it's just
Not even
no
close.
comparison, right?
But the problem is you can't compare them in price.
No.
That's the real
Well,
problem.
the Camaro, the
But-
one I saw with ZL1, it was up there.
Yeah,
well,
but-
that's the ZL one.
But you're comparing a ZL1. Well,
Right.
then compare that to if you're going to look at the top side of a Camaro. And honestly, if you got a Camaro ZL1
Then you look at
versus
a Hellcat.
versus a regular Corvette, the regular Corvette is still probably overall a better ride. and I bet you the Camaro might cost a little more than a very base model Corvette.
Yeah.
It probably does. I don't know enough about them because I never had a desire to buy one. Never even thought about it.
And if you look at them, you won't have a desire to buy them.
I'm going to have to take a hard look at one of these when they actually make it to the showrooms.
I'm a Camaro guy, and I'm a little upset with them.
But I was pretty impressed that they actually won that. And there was quite a few cars in that category, and they gave it an award because it was, lighter, completely redesigned. The interior, the technology side is fantastic. They said all the GM radio stuff now it's good because mine blows.
I believe that.
Yeah, they said it's much, much better than anything that they've ever seen from GM.
Yeah, it's all good. But
how it looks.
Oh, it's hideous. I mean, put it next to the Mustang. I had a white convertible Mustang rental when I was in Florida, and I mean it's a rental car, and I spent time looking at the thing. They're just badass.
They look good. They designed them well.
They did.
Scott brought up a very good point. They made the Camaro lighter,
Yeah.
and the Corvettes got heavier.
Well,
Way to go, GM.
yeah.
Just fucking a dog everywhere you
No,
go.
yeah, they are. They cannot stop stepping on their unit.
I just said fuck. I think you could say cock.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, anyway.
No diesel, Suburban, Escalade, what have you.
No. Why would they do that, by the way?
I don't know who would ever buy one of them.
I know.
Nobody.
Idiots.
Well, Crunch wouldn't.
I don't want a diesel. I just don't want diesel.
You're just.
He's trying to be green.
He's so far off base. Doesn't understand.
I drove the diesel, the brand new one.
Yeah.
I test drove. They didn't have a gas one, so I drove the diesel, and I didn't like it.
What didn't you like about it? That it was fast?
Makes too much
It has a
power.
lot of- it was you can feel the power, but I don't want that sound. And they're talking about they're quieter than they've ever been. That's true. It's quiet.
Oh, let me tell you what.
But
My
it's
thing
still,
will
when I
annoy the
nailed
shit
it,
out
when
of you.
I gave it a little gas, I could tell it was diesel. I don't want that sound in my. I don't want to drive that every night. I don't want it. I want my gas.
You listen to the radio at all?
Yeah.
Turn it up.
I mean, look, the Excursion, that thing is a rattly son of a bitch. Like if you go somewhere early morning, everybody as you drive down the road, you see your lights come on. They're like that it's bad. But the newer ones are much better. I don't know what the GM makes for power, but I think Tad had pointed out
It makes good.
the
power.
new Cummins makes 850 and the new Ford makes 860. Like I think they're like 10 apart.
Little
whatever
torque
it is.
race.
So what is the
Chevy is a little
what's
less
the
than both of them.
Duramax make?
That's less than both of them.
No, they were less. I don't remember.
I think it was 70.
Well, I mean, you have the device in front of you, Tad.
Ah,
Could you?
geez.
I
Could
think
you
it was
contribute?
785.
Make me work.
How much?
I thought it was 785,
Which is not a bad number.
No, it's probably not a bad number.
and the torque number was a little.
Crunch, that thing had to feel pretty fucking good.
It does feel good, but I don't need all of that.
Can you give Tad a demerit, please?
He's going to get one.
I'm not
anyway.
towing that. I'm not towing that heavy.
Yeah.
I have
But-
an enclosed with a 3,000-pound Camaro. That's it.
and I did talk to my uncle who has the 2013 regular, like LS powered gas truck.
Right.
Now, like I said, he has a utility body on it, not a big, full height body, just like it's got, compartments in the back. And he does
Right.
carry some weight around. But that thing gets between 11 and 12 if he's lucky.
Man, I used to get 400 miles to one tank in my
How many gallons are in the tank?
Yeah, was it 40 gallons?
31 gallon tank?
Still
So
not
that's
spectacular.
that's like 12.
yeah, it's like 12.
May I interject here?
Little
Yeah.
12.
We had a old 6.2 liter diesel way back in the GMC days. We filled up in New Jersey. We had to fill up again in Florida. We
Yeah.
drove straight through. So
And that thing you probably got there in 2 weeks because of how slow it
No,
was.
overnight.
The new things are good. I was just pointed out by Scott again. He's just a wealth of information, this fucking guy. 870 foot-pounds
for what?
for
The
the, new
Duramax?
Dodge, for the Dodge.
Oh, for Dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's so that means that they jumped on top. It's a matter of time. I said it before one of these things comes from the factory with 1,000
1,000
foot-pounds.
foot-pounds.
That's
I
what
think it's 785 foot-pounds of torque for the.
They're talking 650 for the Duramax.
it can't possibly be 650. The GM,
Oh,
I can't imagine they'd allow people to get blown out of the box.
Of course. Wait a minute.
It's an 0607. That's why that's their
Great
core.
research,
That's an old
Ted.
number there.
It's fantastic.
You're using Google
maybe.
with 4 O's.
Yeah.
No, I'm using Face.
Goggle.
The Book of Faces.
Why would you be on the Book of Faces? For
Because
that?
it was open.
That was his hollering. He put his foot down. Right?
The other interesting thing about the Motor Trend deal was guess what car manufacturer won overall?
Fiat.
Nope.
Subaru. I knew that
Crunch
was
is
coming.
command.
I
He
knew
got
that was
it.
coming. You know why I knew that was coming?
Why?
Because Tom Subaru is cool as hell.
No, because what happened is they actually had more.
That's the truth.
They attracted more first-time buyers and
younger
lost less than any other manufacturer.
Well, I will tell you, knowing a little bit about Subaru, there are certain times that you cannot get certain cars because they are so popular.
Wow.
It gets close to winter, you can't buy a Forester.
Really?
They just sell everything. They're economical. They're very utilitarian. They're very ugly, and a lot of people like that. So
I saw an SUV.
Yeah.
I guess it's an Outback.
Yep.
It was sitting so high, I'm thinking something was wrong. I thought her suspension broke on her while she was making a U-turn. Then I saw the back. I said, "Oh shit, it's supposed to be like that."
I mean, they
Brand
must.
new.
The corporation is doing very well.
yeah,
And you know what I think, God, there was like 5 or 6 categories that they had for this thing. And the other thing that got, that we all know about, but apparently was Volvo bought by Ford
yeah.
Yeah. at
and
one
then
point.
sold to the Chinese?
I didn't hear that.
I don't know
part of
who
it.
owns Volvo now, but they don't, Ford
Some
doesn't own it
shit like
anymore.
that. Look, I'm sure you can Google it. Motor Trend
Somebody could.
Awards.
Tad can't.
No, Tad can't.
No, I'm still looking for diesels.
But it was the Motor Trend. I'm sure Scott probably knows, right? Know it all. Guy.
I'll have to have him on.
Yeah, I should have him doing a research. Tad.
Yeah.
You can go home.
Hey.
Go back to answering calls, you dick.
Ted,
Wow.
Phil.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure they said that the Chinese bought Volvo,
Okay.
but they turned their whole deal around. And like apparently their new car with that new hybrid turbo whole setup thing is fantastic.
Huh.
Like everybody's talking about it, that it's like a great regular drive around car. It's fantastic.
What do they call it in China?
I don't know.
Varvo?
I don't know. Volvo. I don't know what they call it, but it was Chinese purchased. I'm almost positive. I mean,
Nice.
this is one of those things, like you said to me the other day, that I got 2 for 2 just knowing that I read something.
Yeah.
I heard it, but I couldn't tell you for sure. So yeah, that was it. Camaro, Subaru, and Volvo.
Crazy.
That sucks.
Did you know that Chinese knock off Chevy cars
Yeah.
over there, and they call them Cherry?
Yeah.
Instead, really?
Yep.
Instead
There
of-
ain't
instead of
nothing
Chevy.
those guys won't copy.
I know.
There's really not.
It's crazy.
I mean, we won't even get into that whole manufacturing side of things, how
Yeah,
things happen.
We've been talking about that. 908-751-0211. If anybody has any ideas on how we can get rich really fast, please call us, because this show is not going to make it, I don't believe.
We have upped our viewers, or not viewers,
We have.
listeners,
We have listeners
and
downloads.
Facebook likes tremendously in the past month.
But you see, that's the thing. Everybody talks about the Facebook's like things. I can tell you that there's so many more downloads than Facebook likes. I don't think Facebook likes
No, they
matter
weren't.
worth a damn.
No, we just say that because it's funny.
And if you wanted to buy them, I guess you could just go buy them.
Yeah, you can.
You can
And-
buy Facebook likes.
Hell yeah.
Who the hell's going to do that?
That's
I
a
don't-
shame.
I mean, it's just listen. The way I've always said this is this thing's going to grow, and this is if it's not organic. If it doesn't grow, we're not going to advertise. We're not going to publicize.
Nope.
We're not doing any of that shit.
No.
We are 3 or 4 idiots, depending on who gets here on time, talking about car shit.
Whoa!
Was
Whoa!
that a stab at me?
Hell yeah, it
Might have
was.
been.
A stab
I
at me?
like
Might have
it.
been. Talking about car stuff, guns, whatever. I mean, this is what it is, and they're all not going to be winners.
I've never seen a guy.
Here you go again. Some are going to be good, some aren't. And this one, honestly, nobody prepared, because
but
we were kind of
think-
planning on Tom with a whole bunch of Dino
Oh
stories.
yeah,
for-
lay it on me. Yeah,
Well,
I,
it was-
get, I get laid on me.
Wait
It
a
was
minute.
2
wait
weeks
a minute.
now.
I happen to think that each show has its own properties and things.
And
they-
today they suck.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Sometimes people call me and say, "Yo, that was a good show," and then Mike calls me and says, that was an average show."
And you know what's funny? I will say this. Very, very few times have I been surprised where I've said, boy, that sucked, where the download's high. Very few times.
Okay, know it all.
But there's been a few times that I have been surprised. One of which was the fly tie episode.
Yep.
I don't know what the fuck happened there. I still don't know what happened.
Still number one, right?
No.
Oh, it isn't?
No, the Subaru guys.
Oh, yeah, JJ and Junior, yeah.
Those two shows,
They crushed it.
yeah, they crushed it. They were the highest.
What a fanboy. God.
Just because you can't handle
Go
the
sit-
junior.
We
Go
had
sit
one
in the
episode.
corner.
We had one episode that was never published. 35, waiting on it.
Downloads on that are terrible.
Yeah, they are particularly bad on that one.
We didn't publish it.
So now there's another
It tanked,
thing.
didn't it?
There's another thing. No,
Publish it.
no, I didn't publish it because it was awful.
So
and
how could
the
it
audio.
be, how
Listen,
could it be downloads down? They didn't publish it.
I know. It was a joke.
Crunch to got
He
that
missed
about
that
as,
one, yeah.
about as far as I missed the $10
Yeah,
one.
he did.
One of the things that we can talk about is one of our listeners, and if he would like to call in and explain if he did or did not check out the spot, was asking for the location of the Racing in the Woods spot.
Ah,
So he is a car guy. He can be trusted. He knew the secret handshake.
yep.
So
Did he go down and check it out, or is that what you're trying to figure out?
I gave him the location. I gave him the pin.
You dropped him a pin?
I dropped him a pin.
That's bad.
I didn't even know you could do that. You did. I dropped him the location, so he's probably, if he didn't, I'm sure he's going to go check it out.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I gave the location to Fireman Jeff too.
Is he going to go down and try a car to see if he can hook?
I don't think he was going to. I think his friend was going to, because I think his friend has some thoughts about going down there, when there's some action down there.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go down there with the Forester.
Okay.
I bet you I can get somebody down there.
You probably could.
Probably could.
But you know what? This goes back to all the shit that we talk about, that we're getting older.
Yeah, I know.
And somehow or another, this little line that you would cross keeps getting pushed further and further ahead. Like, would you do that? Yeah, hell yeah, I do it. And you go 10 more years, like,
Maybe not.
maybe not. I really don't know. There was two things. After after Anthony said that, well, they were talking about taking people's cars and everything just for being there watching. So I'm thinking, I was like, all right.
Tickets for drag racing that weren't even drag racing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not ever bringing
That's when I was
anything
like-
expensive down there.
No.
So that was the first thing. And then I started thinking, I'm going to have to plan escape routes.
The excursion was the right choice because we didn't even, if they would have to tow it because it.
Yeah, all I'd have to do is put it in low 2 and the trams will stop working and they'd be good.
They couldn't drive it away.
But think about that. Would you really go down there for
I'm
that?
full of shit.
Well, if you had something for yourself that there was somebody,
He wouldn't take that pretty
It would be kind. No, I wouldn't. It would be kind of fun to go down there and smack around a Mustang guy that would not see it coming.
I'm getting information that there could be a Black Friday test and tune there from the gentleman that was looking for the pen.
Ooh.
So now that, like I said, it's a pretty cool spot, but I gave him the lowdown.
Too much info.
Nah. But Black Friday's got quite a distance, dude. It could be
But
Thursday
Black Friday
night.
is one day. They can just wait around.
When does this start?
I have no idea.
Come on, dude. And you
never
really
seen
think that this
I've
is
never had a gun. I've never seen a gun.
the the NSA is listening for the hot street racing scene.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet that anybody that goes down there is going to feel kind of like we did. Softs on the sides. If you get off the road,
Yep.
that's a problem.
Yep.
Got to be careful there because it's soft. It's sand. So you know what happens. Anybody that's ever dropped the wheel off the pavement, driving down a narrow road, it pulls you that direction. You're going that way. That's kind of how that is. It's not particularly narrow, but it's not as wide as you'd like it to be.
I saw a launch on YouTube at that spot. And
Yeah.
He picked those wheels up at least 4 feet.
Well, it's funny because when you look at the pin location from Google, you can see where the start is from Google Earth. So it's definitely been used up. There's been a lot of passes put on down there.
Right.
So yeah, any of the other street race guys that are looking, and let's see, is it anything like Staten Island?
No.
I would say no.
Staten Island is concrete though.
Yeah. Well, where we went in Staten Island was concrete. That's where. But,
Where did you go?
Oh, Franny Lou?
I couldn't tell you. I followed everybody. I don't know. All I know is that, listen, the night, everybody remember the night that everybody got busted in Staten Island and it was all over the news, like Channel 4, Channel 7, everything?
I remember because you talk about it.
What was on the news? Like it was a big thing.
Yeah,
like
I didn't watch the news back then.
major street race thing busted. We were there.
Yep.
And we were leaving right when all this shit happened. And we got stopped. And the cop says, "You're not going anywhere." And I think Brian said, "I don't know what the hell's going on. We're coming back from the airport," or he said something. And the cop's like, looked at us, and he's like, "All right, get out of here." And they let us go. And then like
That was white privilege.
I was just gonna say that. Because they were white guys.
I was just waiting for him to say it. So I thought I'd beat him to it. I know I'm the minority over here.
you guys suck.
3.
I know, and I can't pick on you. I can't. I'd like to, but I can't.
I have demerits though.
You have the merits.
I want what's the affirmative action? I want my demerits taken away.
Affirmative action?
I want my demerits taken away. It's not fair.
You might have one of them little baggies taped to your ass in about 5 minutes.
Now I'm getting shot. Oh, this is going real fucking good.
Yeah. Right.
So, but there was, that was when that happened. The cops closed the street.
Yep.
Right behind us. We watched the cops block.
Yeah.
We were car.
Did they tow cars that night?
Hell yeah.
Everybody's car?
I think if I remember right on the news, I think they said they got something like 185 cars that they towed.
Yeah, I mean, once they close the street, everybody goes.
Yeah. Everybody got arrested.
Can't be selective because then the lawyers pick that apart.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but everybody can't be drag racing. You have to have some spectators.
Doesn't matter. They figure it out later.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what happened. And
Who the hell's going to admit to drag racing?
Nobody, but they call that revenue, man. It's not, everybody's paying something.
Yeah, we just made it out of there when that happened. So, that's what I was thinking about what Anthony said about this location.
Yeah.
When he said that about the license, I said, oh, man.
There's no way out.
Everybody's getting a drag
I mean,
racing
Anthony
ticket?
said, well, the good news is you can see when they're coming because they're so far away. What, they're prepared to get screwed?
Right.
Because
that's all you can do.
It looked to me like, listen, this road is straight for a very, very long time. It's narrow for a very, very long time. There's no place to turn off and hide unless you had like a 4-wheel drive vehicle. Because if you look at it, you can
still
see
not turning off because everything's too close.
The only thing you can do is go down.
No. If
Can we go down there on ATVs?
No. Well,
break out when the
No, you
shit
could. The only thing you could do is go down there with a little Subaru, all-wheel drive, and back it into the woods and walk out. If the cops come, you run in, you leave your lights off, and you wait for a couple hours.
You'd have to be back, but I will.
Yeah, you'd have to be back. Yeah,
but listen,
100 feet
and
in.
we'd have to have
listen
some guns
to the
too.
gentleman that I dropped the pin to, and to Jeff that I dropped the pin to. If you look at the satellite image of that, you will see that there's roads that like kind of aren't really roads, but they're named roads.
Yeah.
In Forked River and Tad knows, you can drive through all these places to get to like clearings and areas that are cleared. It's
bogs and stuff.
Dirt roads.
Yeah. So you could, if there was a dirt road in one of those locations, you could probably duck in there.
This is not sounding
Well,
good.
you could.
You need a Subaru.
Yeah.
But they can go after you too in there.
You remember how
I don't think
simple,
they'd necessarily be looking for
You
that.
remember how
Probably
simple it used to be?
Yeah.
In front of the prison?
Yeah.
Race?
Pass.
That's it.
Get in your cars.
Run from the police. It's over.
Yep. Get in your cars. Drive back to the hall. That was it. Over. Go back again. You see the cops come. They turn the lights on. Everybody scatters.
Right.
Everybody meets back at the hall.
This
You go
little
do it
spot
again.
is too much work. It's too much work.
This one?
Yeah, the one you're talking about, it's too much work.
It went off pretty good.
It went off pretty good,
Yeah.
and they were there all night, dude.
Literally.
A lot of people there.
What time did we get down there?
11.
No, we got there a little later.
11:30.
Okay.
After the diesel fiasco.
Yeah, 11, probably 11.
Oh, you mean to the spot?
Yeah.
Not to the spot.
No, to the parking lot.
to the parking lot.
Right.
11:30.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
When we got there, I said to Anthony, I said, listen, there's a lot of fucking people here. There's a lot of cars here, and it's cold and it's shitty. And he goes, dude, this is nothing.
Yeah,
they're
because
all,
the people
they're
are all
all
down at the
racing.
They're all
Yeah.
down there, yeah.
And then some of them came back, like to arrange what was going to happen next. And then we all went there, and there were tons of cars. So
People.
they were there.
Was it a deja vu moment for you at any point that
No.
night?
No,
No,
it
it's
wasn't
so
because
different.
it's so different
So
from Newark.
different. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So different.
Oh, well, as we were pulling up and getting out, we heard that 57 Chevy with the Zoomies make a run or something like that. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah,
It's
like a pro
we're
mod car.
We're like walking up to Englishtown
For
or
real.
something. Yeah.
And the one thing, like anybody that hasn't been like in the country areas, like that, not like here, but I mean real country
Yeah.
areas, it's amazing
pines.
how fucking quiet it is.
And all the stars, man, it's so bright.
It's quiet. It's dark. I mean, you'd hear anything.
Tad was getting a little misty.
Yeah, he was.
I was hoping you weren't gonna say it was romantic.
He
He
was
did
standing-
say it was romantic.
He was standing next to Tom. I want to point out.
Oh,
He put his arm around me once.
shit.
Hey, my
At
Subaru's
one
been
point.
back in those woods for 3 days straight, so.
Well, wait,
I don't even understand.
I don't
what does
understand.
that mean?
But yeah, it's when it's that still and that, I guess, what would you call it, desolate of an area, that there's nothing there.
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's no ambient
There's
light.
no, there's
It's pitch. Like you cannot walk 4 feet. That's how dark it is.
Wow.
like I said, when the guy told us to bring flashlights, I was like, Tom, I'm not starting one of these fucking races. I'm not going to be an idiot at the beginning of the
You
race.
just need to just find your truck again.
Yeah, no, that's so you don't, fucking
Seriously,
fall down.
dude. Seriously, you cannot see anything. It's crazy. You get out of your car, you walk 5 feet, you can't see your car.
And the other thing that happens is
I'm not kidding.
out here, you'll notice even when you think that it's a quiet night, you hear cars on a distant road.
Yep.
You hear, maybe a train a ways off, whatever, or God forbid, it's later at night and some guy starts something that's a little loud. It sounds like he's next door and he could be half a mile away. So imagine how much sound, how that has to carry from where we are to and nobody came. And they were out there. What time did we get to the spot to actually race?
I guess we got there around 1:30, right? And we were there for about an hour and 40 or something like that. Because we got out of there about 2:30, right?
Probably. I'd say it's probably about close to right.
Yeah. Maybe 1 o'clock we got there.
So that whole time, now when was there ever a time that in Newark you could have hung out on the road where they race and have cars make passes here and there?
And that's
and the guy that Anthony ran probably tested for a half an hour.
Yes.
It's crazy. You know what I think though? I've been giving it some thought. The Pine Barrens are natural sound deadeners. So unless you're on that street, you got a straight shot for the sound. I don't know if the sound goes anywhere.
Yeah, right.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
I mean, that's probably a really good spot for that.
Wow.
We got to go there again.
Oh yeah, definitely. I got a guy from PA that's told me you got to take me down there. I was like, all right, man.
Well, you're taking them because one weirdo's my limit, and you fulfill it. I'm not bringing anybody else in my truck. I imagine if he's a friend of yours, I can imagine how far down the weird scale it gets.
No, he's a friend of my brother's.
That was hateful.
Another blacksmith.
When you guys are texting, you always go right back at him. When you get on here, you don't go right back at him.
He's just nice.
Because you got Mike staring at you from across the table.
All right, we actually have people that will meet us next time we're going to go down. So we should alert people that we will be going.
Tell them we like Philly cheesesteaks too.
Yeah.
Light mayonnaise, light ketchup. I like
Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, I'm saying in that area.
Well, Philly ain't nowhere near that, is it?
No, I'm just saying South Jersey.
No.
Listen,
he doesn't understand what kind of
cheesesteaks.
He wants cheesesteak.
Yeah,
but he doesn't understand what kind of South Jersey this is.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, you ever hear of the Jersey Devil? He lives there.
We raced there.
Have you raced at this spot?
Yeah, I was going to tell you who our driver for the SQ convertible. He lives there.
Really?
And he's well known there. But I just didn't want to put his name out there because I haven't spoken to him. And I didn't want to.
No, you certainly didn't have to put his name out there.
Yeah,
but
that's where. Yeah.
You think it's the same place?
And you remember Kay?
Yeah.
Kay used to go down there and kill him with his 302.
Really?
Same spot, asphalt.
So what's his name?
Kay. Well, he's talking about Kay.
No, I'm talking about the other guy. He has a business and everything, so I didn't want to put that out there.
Well, yeah, I didn't know you'd actually been there. Well,
that was so long ago though.
Yeah, well, it didn't get any brighter.
No.
There's no more
It was
street
dark
lights,
as hell.
and there certainly ain't any less trees. It's in the middle.
And it
of
has
nowhere.
sand. When I was there, it was sandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sandy.
It's sandy.
Not on the
Still
road.
sandy.
Not on the road, but on the sides.
Yeah, it was like
suck
back
your feet
then it
off,
was
your shoes
brush.
off.
It was like the wind would blow and it would brush it.
No wind
We
there.
had to wait and then make a few cars go through to get that off. That's how bad it was back then.
And that could actually happen because, but you see, the one thing that didn't happen there, which I was so glad to see, is people didn't take the Newark positioning of parking downstrip.
Yeah.
Right.
Like parking at the 8th, parking at the quarter, like nobody was parked there.
But they were standing right on the side.
You know what else I noticed?
Hmm.
And it was interesting. I just thought of this. It was days ago when I was thinking about that race. That guy that Anthony ran dumped his car in the street. Everybody else let their cars, took their cars off inside.
including Anthony. But he's done it enough to know.
I know, but I don't see how you can get all that sand out of slick.
You know what the worst thing is? That this is now thinking about this too. Maybe we're on a little something. If you have that sand on your tires and you're driving down the road for it to come off, I know when I get little pebbles stuck to my car tires when they're even remotely warm, I find them everywhere. I find them in the little creases of the wheel well. I mean, you have to go in and you like pick them out, and they'll be wedged in the most obscure places, like just a rock.
The guys at Street Outlaws, when they drove from where they were parked over to the street where we raced,
Yeah.
a crew guy on each side scraped underneath the wheel wells.
Yeah.
Got in there and scraped.
To make sure.
Yeah, because that's what happens. You throw rocks up there and
You launch and then the shit's falling down.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's on the road. It's not that it's stuck on the tires. It's falling out of the car.
Yeah. And when you're on that edge,
Yeah.
a couple little rocks could do it.
That's a really good point, Tom.
Yep.
You should make Anthony aware of that. You might have found his difficulty and why
Well,
so
Could have been.
terrible.
You could be a tire scrubber.
Do I still get a demerit now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn
We
it.
have to work on this demerit stuff.
Well, it says the guy who has the most.
Yeah, really.
How
Of
many
course
do
we
I
do.
have? This,
Somehow or another, I've made it to every show.
You got like 4. Good
I'm
call.
not even gonna say what. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna say.
I think you have 4.
You have 4?
Yeah.
No, I don't think we gave him 4.
No.
Well, the one was
he's on
medical,
two.
so he's got an excuse.
He's
on that
he's got 2.
No, you got 2.5.
By the way, you still need to bring that hospital band in to prove to make sure we.
And a note from a
I
doctor.
still have it.
All right.
What happened to the note?
Well, if he's got the hospital band, that'll be good enough for him not to do.
Well, he brought in his machine, his
Yeah, I
smoke
have my
machine.
asthma. I'm gonna hit it on my way out the door now.
Well, I hope you get better, buddy. I hope
yeah,
you do what they tell you to do.
Yeah,
Don't play around with
my
that.
blood pressure and everything's going down. I'm a happy 44-year-old.
Okay. All right. Who's got anything else? Anybody?
Tad?
I looking up for the diesel crap. I ran on number 8 here. You ever hear of a Wärtsilä Sulzer RTA 96-C diesel engine?
Good night, folks.
Thanks for calling. Thanks for calling.
Hold on.
I know. We got to get to the bottom of it, right?
Let's
What
see if we
the-
can make a U-turn
Well-
at the end of Retard Highway. Go ahead, Todd.
It's just, because it was below, it's right below the frickin',
But what is that? How exactly does that have to do with?
it's a diesel. What? It's an engine.
Does it?
Come in a Chevy?
Yeah. Does it come in any of the pickups? That's what we wanted to know. But you see, Scott,
No.
who really should be taking your seat in
Yeah,
about
okay.
5 minutes because he can seem to pop fucking facts out of his ass while it takes you a whole show to come up with Wärtsilä.
Hey,
How do you even find that?
Google.
Thanks for calling.
Hey, Scott, you know what that is?
Oh man,
You want to impress us? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wärtsilä.
he probably knows what that.
All right. Do you want to tell us what it is before the music starts?
All right, it's a 14-cylinder diesel, so that'll tell you right there. It's not in a truck.
What's it in a
but-
ship?
What is it?
It could be.
Is
but
it one of those big, stupid stationary motors that you
no, it's
find?
not stationary.
It's taller than a human.
It goes in a probably container ship, but its maximum RPM is 102 RPM. Guess what kind of torque that thing puts out?
Go.
1,200.
5,608,312 foot-pounds of torque at 102 RPM.
Wow.
So, and it
JDM, yo.
it averages 1,660 gallons of heavy oil per hour for it to burn. So I guess that's one of the ones that burns just straight crude.
We're waiting on the highway.
I see the off ramp and I'm taking
You
it.
got to.
That
Tad.
Corvette really screwed me up, man. I'm telling you.
Tad,
Hopefully he's okay next week.
we're going to work on association. Like when we're talking about, the direction things are going. When we're talking about diesel trucks and how much power they make, that doesn't mean you go into a couple minute segment of the Wärtsilä.
Somebody's
So
going to
when
put
he
it
was
in
in
the car.
school and they started talking about math, he would pull out the crayons.
Probably.
We should probably
I was a machine shop.
we
I
should
took
think
related
about
math and sciences.
flashcards for Tad, maybe. Flashcards with pictures.
Honestly,
Are they going to be in English or Spanish?
Hey, that Camaro, that thing's awesome.
Pictures,
looking.
no words.
listen, Tad, you should go visit his page. He's got a lot of unique stuff up
Yeah, he
there.
does.
The nosleepatal.com. Tad authors all his little comments and everything that's written, and he's quite well written. He's not bad. But it must take him an awful lot of time to do it, or he's very focused somehow.
I'm going to find one of these Wärtsiläs.
Well,
No sleep at all.
what we're going to do is since Tom and I can agree that Tad might need some direction to keep him going, we're going to give him a list of
Oh,
things that he
God,
needs
I'm
to
getting-
research for the show.
Yeah, we'll give him a list of 6, and he'll probably nail one.
That's what we're going to do for next week.
Oh, great. Alan's even
Good luck
messaging
with
me.
that.
Yeah, I was
I
just going
got
to
a
say
problem.
that's how you know it's
I was
bad
texting
when
him.
Alan says, "Stop now, Tad."
What the fuck was that?
When Alan's trashing you, it's over.
Yeah. No
All
doubt.
right. Well, we'll see you guys next week, and hopefully Tom will have information about this dyno session. Oh, you won't. You're going to be gone next week too. Oh, you suck. See you next time.
Later.
Demerits. Like us on Facebook.